Hey guys! Today I want to give you a peek into my editing process. I'm going to go through a selection of an image and edit it into black and white. Why black and white, you ask? Well, the images I'm currently working on are what I call my retired images. I had originally edited them in color because I thought that was my style. I was wrong. Turns out I'm a black and white girl at heart. One of my biggest influences has always been Ansel Adams, and I'm getting back to my roots. I first learned on black and white film, and my heart wants more black and white. I really want to rework these old images into new pieces. So my process is usually I take the pictures and I load them into Lightroom. This is Lightroom if you've never seen it before, and this is the library of images that I'm going to be working on. And I would normally go through and cull them, which is fancy photographer talk for picking images that I like and getting rid of the crap like missed focus or something that just doesn't work. I've already done that for these images when I first took them. So normally I would go through and I would flag all the ones that suck, and I would flag the ones that say, oh my god, this is so awesome, I have to edit them. I delete the rejected flags and I start editing the keepers. The unflagged photos may or may not be edited. It really depends on how I feel after I've edited the keepers. And a lot of the unflagged ones I use for personal images, practicing new styles or editing techniques. Sometimes I use them specifically for social media or blog posts. So they have a lot of different uses. And I just like to play with them. Alright, so right now I'm reworking these old images from the Rocky Mountain National Park images, and these are some of my favorite images. And I'm going to go through and I'm going to start converting them to black and white. So first I'm going to find an image I think will work well in black and white. Most times I can pick out which images work well, but every once in a while an image looks like it might make a great black and white, but it falls flat. So let's go look for an image. So here I am in my library. I'm going to click over so I can see the large picture of the photo. And, you know, this one, not that great of a photo. Let's see what else we have. That one I've already converted into black and white. Okay, so let's try this one here. And let's see, I've got the raw photo highlighted already. I work with the raw photos because that means that I get to make all of the changes and anything that I want to do with it. There's more data than there is with the JPEG image. So let us go into what is called the develop panel, and let's see, I've already done some playing with this one. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a virtual copy, and we'll come over to the copy. That is not the copy I made. You know what, guys? I already converted this image. Oops, let's find another one. Let's go with... No, I don't know about that one. This is the problem. You think you find one and then you change your mind. Let me see. Let's look at this one. I'm not feeling that one either. Here, we'll go with this one. This one is one I did offer in color. And so we'll go back into the Develop tab. And this is the raw image. So you can see it's kind of flat and dull and there's not a lot to it. And I'm not going to make a copy of this one since I'm already at the base of the image. I'm at the raw file, so I don't need to reset or make a copy or anything. So how I do my editing is I use a preset, I learned on Ilford Film, so I chose Mastin Lab presets as the base for my editing because they have Ilford Film presets. So they've worked really hard to make them to look like film. My personal fave is the HP5, but I like to kind of preview the 3 different choices to see which one I like. So this little box up here is my preview. So that's going to change as I hover over these. Yeah, that one maybe. Yep. No, that one's not bad. Let's see, we're going to pull the HP5 on the big one. I like that one, but I'm going to look at the Delta 3200 just to compare. Yep, nope, going with my typical HP5. So I work with presets because they quickly give me the look I want, and then I only have to make a few adjustments to get the image where I really want it to be. Presets are kind of a weird thing in the photography world. Some people love them, some people hate them. The people that hate them think that those of us that use them don't really know how to edit. I could get my photos to look like this without a preset. I've edited before without presets, but for me they're just quick and efficient, and that's why I choose to use them. I can then go in and do the little manual adjustments that I want just to tweak it to my style. And also then I don't have to edit as much, so I can get out and shoot more, write more, do whatever else I want to do where I'm not stuck behind the computer all the time. So now that I have the base preset, I'm going to go in and I'm going to adjust my exposure. And let's see. I like where that is. Sometimes the Lightroom auto adjustment is too bright or dark for my taste, but I think this one works pretty well. Actually, I might bring it down just a touch because I like mine a little bit darker. The presets have tone profiles, and I pick the shadow hard because I like how that looks like, but I again go through everything just to kind of see. I actually like the highlight soft look, so that is what I went with. And then we have a couple more steps in the presets to get them a little more tweaked. First is the filters. There's red, green, and yellow. Typically I use the red filter because it tends to bring out a little bit more in the sky. Every once in a while I'll use a green, and very few do I use the yellow. I don't normally use the paper, so I'm going to skip that part, and then I always do the lens correction no matter which photo I'm doing or how I'm editing, because we all need the lens correction. And now is where I get to be a little bit more creative. I'm going to go through my Lightroom panels over here on this side and make adjustments to get how I want this picture to be. I don't always make adjustments on every panel and slider. It just really depends on the picture that I'm working with. So I start with the basic panel and I work my way down. Let's see, I'm going to try bringing my shadows down a little bit because I like a little bit more shadow. I think that looks pretty good. I don't normally do much with the tone curve. We're in the black and white panel. I might try and bring that down a little bit. Didn't really do anything, but I've got a better trick for my sky later. Split toning, I don't usually use that. Detail, I'm going to bring that up a bit. That makes it a little bit sharper for printing and things like that. Lens correction, make sure that everything's in there. straighten it out because I have really bad vision and I cannot make a picture straight for the life of me. I like to add just a touch of a vignette, and let's see if any, not a fan of the dehazing, so we're gonna reset that. And then that's basically what I do in the panels. Next I do the either gradient filter or brushes depending on the areas I want to work with. I use the gradient filter on the sky, and I usually do clarity, and I might bump the exposure down on the sky just a touch, and let's see, bring the dehaze up just a little bit. So I'm trying to make the sky just a little bit more dramatic, but not too much. Let's see. Okay, I think that's enough of the gradient for me. I don't think I need a brush for anything. There's not much that, well, let me see. I might do a little bit of clarity on the trees here, and maybe a little bit on the mountains back here, just to kind of try and bring them out a little bit more and bump up the exposure just a tad on that. So that's pretty much how I edit something. It only takes me a few minutes with the presets, and then whatever adjustments I need to make. So now you know how I work to bring a photo to black and white life. I hope you enjoyed this little behind the scenes look at my work.